welcome to another thought-provoking episode of the Smart Family Living, where we explore how technology, trends, and choices shape our homes, our relationships, and our future. Today's question is one every parent is secretly asking. Are our kids listening more to AI voice assistants than to us? Now think about it. Bedtime stories, homework help, even life's little question like, why is the sky blue? Alexa always has an answer and it never gets tired. There's a question mark there. But can a voice assistant truly replace a parent's voice? That's the big battle today, Alexa versus mom. Who is really raising our kids? Stay tuned because it's going to be an eye-opening, fun, and maybe a little controversial. All right, so before we dive into the big debates, is our Do You Know Tech highlights. Now, this includes some of the latest kid-focused tools that are sparking conversations in living rooms around the world. So on our list, we have the first Alexa Kid Mode. I really like this one. This is a voice assistant experience designed for children. It filters inappropriate content, lets kids play learning games, hear age-appropriate music and stories, and give parents a dashboard to monitor their activities. Now, it encourages interactive learning like quizzes, games, and storytelling. Also, it's hand-free for kids. They don't need to operate a device manually. It grows with the child. Now, it has some disadvantages. Now, recording stored, raising questions about data usage. Screen tech dependency, if overused, limited to Amazon ecosystem. Let's move to the next on our list. Now the next is the Google Read Alone. Now it's a free reading app that uses voice recognition to listen to kids read aloud, correcting pronunciations and gently offering encouragement. I really like this one. Now, it's great literacy booster, reading confidence and pronunciations. Now, it works offline once downloaded, encouraging and non-judgmental feedback, unlike some teachers. I'm not going to make mention of some names right now, unlike some teachers or trainers. Yes, it also requires a quiet environment for accurate recognition. This is one of the cons of this app. Not equally strong across all languages and accent variation. Now, kids may lose interest without parental encouragement, so would always tell parents to be siblings or parents play. Now, the cons of this is that limited realism, basic 3D, not pro level, may need adult supervision for your young kids. I really love this. We have children that are very smart and very creative, and they want to design their own cartoon animation. This is good for them. Now, the very last on our list is the Calm Kids. It's a section of a Calm app tailored to children with bedtime stories, meditation, and breathing exercises. It helps with sleep routines and emotional regulation. It also regulates emotions and reduces anxiety. It improves sleep routine with relaxing audio, lullabies, begin to sing, build long life mindfulness habits. Yeah, it's gentle and child-friendly. But then it has little cons, which it requires consistency. Now, kids might resist at first, but you have to continue. It works better with parental involvement. May become a sleep crutch if over-relied on. Now, this tool sounds amazing. Yes, yeah, they're actually amazing. But here is the question. If technology is doing all of these, what happens to mom and dad's role? This will lead us into our main discussion for today. Now, imagine a 5-year-old walks into the kitchen and instead of saying, "Hi mom, hi dad, could you please help me spell banana?" they just confidently yell out, "Alexa, how do you spell banana?" And the smart speaker answers instantly with a cheerful tone and maybe even a fun fact about banana. Banana is this and that. Now, here's the question. Is this a sign of a brilliant future? Or are we outsourcing parenting to robots? Just greet yourself, Chris. I can confidently tell you our guests are fully prepared right after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back, viewers. We are diving into the main discussion for today. I don't have time for paparazzi. Like, my guests are really ready to dish out what they have brought to the table. Now, today's question is one every parent is secretly asking, as I mentioned earlier. Are our kids listening more to AI voice assistants than to us? We can say voice assistants like Alexa, Google Home, and Siri are becoming as common as the TV remotes in many homes. Kids are growing up with two voices guiding them at home, mom's voice and AI voice. But here's the big question. Who is winning their attention? Joining me today are two brilliant minds to help us unpack this. We have Mr. Chukwu Patrick Ifeanyi. He is a software developer and entrepreneur passionate about leveraging emerging technologies like AI in education. You wonder why he's on set. He is a co-founder and CEO, of Builder, an AI-powered edtech startup equipping children and teenagers with essential tech skills through training, mentorship, and innovative learning through animations and music nursery rhymes. His works revolve around the intersection of technology, education, and social impact. You're welcome, Mr. Chukwu.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's my pleasure.
Patrick Ifeanyi. It's amazing having you on the show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, we have an amazing personality, Oluwabukola. She is a passionate teacher and global education leader with over 15 years of experience shaping how children learn and thrive. As a founder of Zara Educational Services and an EdTech specialist, she has trained teachers, designed curricula, and championed safe learning spaces across Africa. With her expertise at the intersection of education, child safeguarding, and technology, she brings unique insight into how tools like Alexa can support or disrupt parenting and child development. She is also a parent consultant who works daily with families, navigating modern parenting challenges, sharing practical tips for everyday family. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Can I call you Mrs. Buki?
That's fine. Or Mrs. Ojobo.
Mrs.
Mrs. Buki is easier.
I think Mrs. Buki is easier.
I know.
You're welcome. Welcome to Smart Family Living. So now let's dive in, starting with the big one. A voice assistant simply helping parents or slowly replacing them. Is Alexa becoming a new homework helper, bedtime storyteller, and family DJ? Or is it quietly replacing the role of mom and dad in ways we don't even realize? Is this a sign of brilliant future? Or are we outsourcing parenting to robots? Say ladies first, so I would ask you that.
Wow, thank you so much for that. I would actually say maybe I don't want to sound biased because there's a tech person here. When I see tech people, and I've heard of Builder before, so I know they're doing an amazing job. But the truth is, for me, I'm very careful with the use of technology.
Amazing.
With kids. I don't want to sound biased.
Please just be
Yes,
real.
yeah. So please feel free to go against whatever.
That's why we have you. You're sitting opposite each other, coming
so
from different
exactly. We
views.
now sound like we're doing a debate, but the
No.
truth is that technology has come to stay.
Yes, it
and
has.
that is the truth. But I think, as a safeguarding expert and a consultant with safeguarding in schools, I would say we have to be careful how much data Alexa is taking from our kids. How is it safe? Really, it is replacing daddy and mommy, I'm sorry to say. Yes,
wow.
Yes, Alexa is replacing daddy and mommy in some percentages if you let Alexa replace you, right? And so that is the answer to this question. But in all sincerity, I know that Alexa does not give us the physical, and that's just what is the missing link here. But in terms of really, why wouldn't I ask Alexa when Alexa is very fast? Alexa never, I've had a child say, I would rather ask Alexa because daddy, mommy will say, I'm busy.
Oh, wow.
My heart. Yes. So Alexa is faster. Alexa will give you the what, not the why. Right.
I think I like that.
Yeah. So I don't want to.
Okay, she's trying to play safe. Please
Yes.
don't play safe. All right, so Mr. Patrick, what would you have to say about that?
Well, yeah, she said it absolutely correctly. In this age, technology has come to stay.
Yeah.
And understanding that fact. And of course, some parents, even though they want to be present in the lives of their children, some situations, having to meet ends needs, so many situations is not making them rightly available as they would want. Yeah, so is technology coming to, or AI, for example, coming to replace parenting? I would say not entirely so. But it's coming to enable learning, like to make this a lot more easier. Now, for parents who understand this reality and are effectively merging or leveraging this tool to raise a child, like you said, the what and not the why, that question is very big. But we have supervised learning in this age, where the AI itself are now asking children questions. And I think it's one of the projects I know of, because it's one of the things we have been on, right? To ensure that you're not just throwing answers to children. Where's the place for critical thinking, right? So the technology itself is also helping to spark curiosity, but importantly, just showing them what is possible, like at very fast, they're more available. The technology is more available than some parents, unfortunately, right? And it's more accessible. It's every time, at any point, the child can go ask questions. But yeah, it's not entirely replacing, but I feel it makes raising children better and easier in this age when it's used appropriately. Anyway.
I can see someone is really smiling. Probably you have something else to say. We'll be going on a very short break, and when we return, we'll continue from this point. Short break. Is it a brilliant future, or are we gradually outsourcing parenting to robots?
I think the use of AI currently, the use of AI voice assistant in parenting role currently, um, I don't think it's so much concerning to me yet, but then I see that parents are beginning to become overly dependent on this voice
Overly.
assistant, right? Um, Alexa, what do we make for breakfast today? Alexa, should I take my son to the park today? Alexa, you know, at that point, parents begin, when you see parents being overly dependent
On it.
on those tools, you see, even if you are the one executing, there's someone giving the instructions. Are we together?
Yeah.
So I think that's the only gap we need to look at and ensure that. But men, when we were discussing it the last time I came here, we spoke about how these tools are helping parents to relieve the stress, right? Parents don't need to stress themselves to think of ideas, things they need to do to help their children learn better and all of that. But then when parents are now overly dependent on these tools, you find out that the tools are now parenting for them, not them parenting.
That's a deep something there. The tools, let our tools not parent for us. Please, let our tools not parent for us. So, Nigerian experts, Nigerian parents inviting a digital stranger into their homes when they are relying on this AI voice assistant, and that is to our safeguarding experts.
Okay. I don't know, maybe I always seem to take the extreme and just say yes or no.
I think you should go ahead to take the extreme.
I think yes, because parenting is presence. And whether we want to say, what's the difference between a parent? Yes, your child can be in boarding school, but you are present. It's not about how much time you spend with your child, but the quality of the time. Now, if that little quality time that you are struggling with, that like there's holidays now.
Yes.
You're outside the whole holiday there. Should we go to the park? Should we wear red? Should we wear pink? Simple things that I'm actually worried, because I keep reading on LinkedIn about how research is showing that the brain size for kids are shrinking because of their curiosity are no longer,
It's no longer there.
yes, it's no longer there. They're not curious. They just, why would I need to think when I can just ask? So I like what you said. That thing about we have to make sure we caution the amount of time that the kids actually spend. We have to regulate it. Yes, there has to be regulated. Everything has moderation. There should be a time. In my house, I'm very careful about the number of hours you spend on the screen. There should even be the amount of screen, like you have to have screen
time.
yes, 2 hours for a 2-year-old. It's too much per day. But Alexa is not just the voice plus the screen plus the laptop plus we are learning Python plus it's a lot. Eventually, when you ask a child any question, they can't even sit down to put it together. Alexa can say 2 plus 2, it's 4, and is this. But can Alexa really explain how we got to the 4 in a more practical way for a child? So I would say, yes, we are inviting strangers, and so we have to really supervise Alexa, even with the kids. That's my take.
Amazing. I'm sure Mr. Patrick has something to say, because he is an AI tech expert, especially for kids. So would you say that?
Overly dependent on that, which is, we need to find a balance, right? Is it replacing somewhat, to a great extent, yes. But the question is it necessarily bad?
No.
Is it necessarily something wrong?
Okay.
That's another angle to it.
Okay.
If properly used, right, I get the question of, are children still curious? And that is heavily dependent on how the involvement of the parents, and of course, maybe the teachers or the sibling, wherever, in using this tool to enable or drive their curiosity, their learning how to. I feel true learning itself, true learning or true teaching rather is, a guided learning, and of course, knowing how to ask questions, like following up with children with questions, not just overly asking them to, for example, what we call prompting, right? You know, we have seen cases where children are taught how to ask questions. For example, I mean, Abuda for one, I know one of the things we take time to help children understand is learning how to learn in the age of AI. So if a child learn how to learn, quote unquote, or learn how to ask questions, which becomes like one of the kind of questions you ask these tools, you're not necessarily just going to ask what is. Like you're asking it to perhaps ask you questions that will help you understand this better. Maybe not in the small things. Maybe not in just the what should I wear today.
Yeah.
Maybe not in what should I eat today. Maybe
But
in
you
the
know,
bigger
children
way.
would always be children.
Yeah.
By the time they start asking one, they just would leverage on the whole thing and begin
I have
to
a bias
ask.
for that. I
ask
even
a whole
have
lot.
my own perspective to it. I'm concerned with what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And my concern is that why should I ask AI? Why should I go through the stress of thinking about questions when I can get answers? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So instead of me asking AI, try to build my curiosity, right? I can just get the answer. I don't need to stress myself. I was listening to an interview, Ngozi Chimamanda Adichie, you know her. She was in an interview. She's a prolific writer. I'm sure we are aware of that. And she was concerned. She was raising her concerns about the AI tools. And one of the things she mentioned was that creativity is now, being deadened. People are no longer curious about things. I can write like Ngozi. I can write like her. I don't need to go to school. I don't need to stress myself. I can pick copies of her writing and prompt AI
Yes.
to and say,
And
write
prompt,
like this, So at what point should we draw the line? At what point should there be balance? So these are the concerns. These are the serious concerns, that we are having.
Honestly, thank you for that.
Yeah.
That is why parenting cannot be outsourced as much as we want to outsource it. We need to set boundaries.
Yeah.
Let the children have that time still with earth. I mean, Alexa cannot teach values. When we teach values to our kids as parents, we will, even the children will say, oh, I've had my 2-hour screen time for the day. Yeah, I want to think, I want to draw, I want to be bored. It's okay to be bored, but in this generation,
No child wants to be
nobody-
born.
their brain is like
I
this.
just want to do something,
Yes,
but we know
yes.
that technology is evolving, and we have to evolve with this technology. If we don't, our kids will.
Yes,
Yes.
They will,
Yes.
because
They're going
they are
faster
not
than us.
always with us.
Yes,
We are not,
we have to
except we
catch
need
up.
to cage them, build a cage, and hey, you have to sit here. But then we need these tools at home. As much as they are the cons, they are the pros. So the advantages to this. So what would you say are the mistakes you've seen parents make when using these smart assistants at home, Mrs. Boki?
Okay, so just like we've kind of put it, number one, over-dependence.
Over-dependency.
Lack of guidance. That's one of the things. I mean, there are some shows that people believe are outstanding shows. Like, okay, I don't want to call any. There are some that all these 2-year-olds are very addicted to. We know them, right? And funny enough, those shows are not good if they watch it alone. But when they watch it with a teacher or a carer who actually helps them to
Make
meaning. It helps them to think. It helps them to understand. It's better than I just leave my child and I'm washing the plates, doing other things. And yes, it's helping us. It should aid. But honestly speaking, the first mistake is over-dependency, then lack of presence, then of course, lack of, a lot of parents don't put enough internet security. So a lot of times, children may drift. Yeah, so your child is asking about this, but guess what? You know how when you give AI a prompt, should I?
Should I?
Should
Yeah.
I? You just
keep
ask
moving.
a question. It's like, should I give you another day? Should I give?
Should I arrange it? Should I make it this way and that
before
way?
you know it, the child will lose track, and you don't really know what information will end up with. So that is one of the two of the major mistakes I see. Parents' lack of supervision and of course parental presence, adult presence. Yes.
Amazing. So, Mr. Patrick, what would you say parents should know about privacy and data storage when kids make use of these applications?
Thank you so much again. I think we talked about Alexa Kid Mode.
Yes.
So there are some safeguarding around. We know these are children, right? I also understand that the AI space is still evolving itself.
Yeah, it is.
So right now, some of our concerns are very valid. But it's not just concerning to the parents themselves, even to the those behind the wheel of this technology as well,
Yeah.
also trying to put measures. I'm sure whatever the version of AI we are all leveraging today will not be the version that will, of course, be available. It's
yeah.
an ever-evolving
Yeah,
space.
it is.
From a global standpoint, even I mean, right here in Nigeria, because I know that people are researching, people are working on how do we ensure, like I talked about supervised learning at the beginning. Unlike the generic LLM that you just ask a question, we feed you answers. And then one of the projects we are working on is just supervised learning. Like, you're not giving the children answers. You know, you ask, why should you ask a question when you can get an answer? So the child will ask a question, but the tool will not feed directly the answer.
So what will it feed? What exactly will it respond
It will
to?
lead you.
A kind of
It will
question.
lead you to the answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, okay, what is 2 plus 2, for example?
Okay.
What happens when you have 2 piece off? So more of it explaining, and every child understand why. It's not just saying 4 as the answer. So what happens when you have 2 pen or pencils with another 2, and you like merge them together? That's the question. What happens? Or how many does it become? Now, you know, that's not a straight answer.
Okay.
That's rather
That's not even an answer.
It's not an answer. It's a question, right?
So that's what we want to do for kids
Yes,
now.
to be able to birth a sense of curiosity for them to now think deeper. Okay, helping them learn on their own by asking them further questions, not just to give them the answers, just the way we have it right now. So the space itself is evolving. For a laser kid mode, for example, at least we talked about it earlier, they are also allowing the parents to even understand the history and, of course, put controls. So there are ChatGPT right now. I don't even think they allow children below a certain age to have an account. But that is not.
Because of your email,
That is where that's not audio, right? So same for the audio as well. Like there are measures, privacy measures. All of these are also coming. Some are already in place, but the space is ever evolving because there are concerns from parents, from people who work with children. So the technology itself is evolving to cater for all those concerns. So it's not like it's stagnant. What I'm trying to say is that this is also evolving. So the future is promising from my standpoint. As it's future for that, all those concerns you may have as a parent too. The technocrats also have those concerns.
Yeah.
Right, because they are also either parents or they will become parents.
Exactly.
Yeah, so everybody wants the best, for their child. If not for any other person, you want to think about your own child's sake. So I feel the future is promising when it comes to these tools. All these concerns, some are already catered for, but the evolution in the space is also very rapid. Yeah, so that's
Still a
my
work
concern.
in progress.
It's a work in progress.
In conclusion.
Yeah.
All right, so Mr. Johnson, for children with autism, ADHD, I know that's one of your specialty. Is AI voice assistant tool a therapeutic tool for them? How does it affect them? Does it affect them positively or it affects them negatively, especially for this kind of children?
Well, quite frankly, lots of AI tools produced out there has been quite beneficial to children with autism. Reason being that they're able to familiarize themselves with sequence, with voice patterns and all of that, and it has been quite helpful. So the gap always, I'm a person of balance, right? It has been quite beneficial. I've used lots of tools, lots of AI tools, including the voice tools, voice assistant tools, lots of them, and they've been quite helpful, especially children with speech delays, children that, lots of these things.
Does it actually help their communication?
Yes, it helps. It
with
helps.
adult supervision?
Yes,
Okay.
with supervision. So I've come to the balance. Always try because, so it has been quite helpful. It has been quite helpful. Some of the tools have really helped our children, speak, help them to interact better and all of that. But then the balance there is children with autism and ADHD struggle with social interactions.
Exactly.
So they struggle with
so
they struggle with social interactions. They do not know when to say no. They don't know when to say stop. They don't know how to interact with their peers. So and that still boils down to overdependence. So while we are doing this, while we are using this, it should not it should not in any way supplement human interactions, because at that point you find out that the child will not be able to interact with other people out there. So it has been quite helpful. I will not totally throw that into the gutter, but then it's been very helpful. But the line has to be there where human aid should not be totally eliminated from helping these children. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for always trying to strike a balance. So, Mrs. Buki, are we creating emotionally detached children by letting them use some of these tools? So, sort and answer and probably teach instead of parent. Are we emotionally detaching them from this?
Okay, thank you once again. Are we really detaching them? Just like he said, there's a balance in everything. Anything that is overused will definitely create that gap. And so as a teacher also, I work with lots of schools and I work with lots of children also. And I see that, just like I saw one beautiful app that you just showed about reading bedtime stories when you were, I was just imagining as a child that kind of soothing voice. But after the app reads the story to me, who's going to give me my goodnight kiss? Who's going to give me my hug?
Yeah.
And that is, and there's a lot of psychology that comes from, yes, in short, you could say, oh, I'll just record my voice and let my kids listen to me.
But
you see,
you.
yes, the warmth. We're talking of, these are age appropriate. This is for a younger child.
Yeah.
For the teenagers that you work with, yes, they may be older, they may be able to handle this. But if you are not careful, we are raising a generation where most of the children will stay indoors. They spend more time on AI tools than speaking with human beings.
Yeah.
They will come out to eat lunch and they've said, they've not even spoken to you as a parent. They've been on their phones. You see them on their phones glued 24 hours. So yes, we are raising some level of emotionally detached children. Anything that does not have balance will always get to that. AI is helping us moms, it's helping dads, it's saving us a lot of issues, but we need to know when to put a pause, when to tell them it's time to talk about you, it's time to spend more time with you. And it's just that balance that we need to create so that we really don't have them. Because I've seen children do terrible things with AI, and we've read on the news. We don't want to talk about the bad sides and only, but we see it all the time. So it's very important that parents strike that balance. Bedtime is for me. Things about values is for me. You ask me those questions. You can even do your family rules and say, when you want to ask school things, homework things, ask AI. But when you want to ask about things about, okay, should I date this boy? I think that's my question as a mommy. It is not Alexa's question. I was like, oh, he's from this family, he's tall, he's dark, he's this. Then should I date him? Alexa will tell you, yes, based on your this. But you don't know. Alexa doesn't know a lot of things. But I am the mom. Come and ask me. I will check his family history. Right? Can Alexa give you the family history?
Maybe.
So,
who knows?
yeah,
You can
so
just
if you're
check
not
online.
careful, if you've got your kids used to asking Alexa for everything,
Yeah.
one day when they really need to talk to you, they will ask Alexa.
Yeah.
And so you have to strike that balance.
Maybe just to respond to this a bit, permit me. I was reading something recently, just similar to what you're saying. A teenager, I don't know if you saw that on the news, a teenager that committed suicide
Yeah.
because the chatbot instructed him to.
Yes, yes,
you know,
it was very.
he was already having a kind of relationship with the chatbot.
Relationship. We'll get there. It's
So this is, you understand, so this is quite concerning, So if that border is not there, we will end up having those concerns.
All right, so moving on to Mr. Patrick. We know that your company, you make use of AI tools for learning, fun, engagements, nursery rhymes, and all of that. But do you really believe, use of my language, do you really believe that AI voice assistants, so like Alexa, can provide depth in learning? Or is it just a shortcut or a short form? You made mention of that, but want you to broaden it. From your field, from your expertise, do you really believe that it can provide deep learning?
Okay, thank you so much again. Like I said, right now, what we have for generic AI tools some are also not necessarily built for learning. Some are built because when the purpose of a thing is not known,
Yeah,
Abuse is inevitable.
and so oftentimes these things are built just to respond directly to questions. Just to be to lead on a conversation, not necessarily to help the child learn, but to answer direct questions. So if you talk about depth in learning, through learning, even what we do, as a teacher, is to try to guide a child through the process, for them to understand the whys, not necessarily the what, only to understand the how behind it. So if you're using a generic AI tool, they cannot be built for this. And so what I see is what I believe is that in this, as parents, of course it has to be guided. So if you are asking a question for one, or the tools you're using should be tools that are supervised, meant for children. Yeah, so I understand that there's a view that more solutions are created or will be created.
Yeah, tailored for the child.
Tailored for children. Because, like I mentioned, from my perspective that you mentioned now, we are currently in the middle of something that I see working, helping instead of giving direct answers, just because we understand the place of the curiosity among children, the concerns that people like Chimamanda Adichie, like you mentioned, are having, even we ourselves, not just to children, to adults even. There's this growing concern about even adults. We don't.
AI is coming to replace teachers. All teachers need to, change profession and things like that. But really, we can't. We can't do that.
True.
Because that explanation extra, it helps the child to do that.
True.
Because that explanation extra, it helps the child to build better emotional connection, even with special needs, like you mentioned. We have to come to terms with the value of the human being. If not, children will not even value humans again. So I like the age-appropriate apps. I have to agree with those things, because what you make for a teenager who can think will be different from what you make for a preschooler or an elementary school student. So I think it's just let them use age-appropriate apps.
I had a friend who, I think I mentioned that last show, he said his child has actually been struggling with mathematics, like really struggling. And he's a smart person. He's my friend, so he's smart. My friends are smart. All right, so he's smart, and he has tried to, put this child through mathematics. He was very specific with mathematics, and then he said he came across an AI tool that actually helped this child from E to B.
Wow.
Yeah, from E to B.
To B.
And the child is good right now with mathematics. Yeah, happy, excited.
It's true.
But that's the truth. We can't sweep the truth under the carpet. Yeah, that's the truth. But then this will lead to my next question. Let's talk about equality or inequality and social impact. Now, these tools are not free. These tools, I don't know how cheap they are. Now, is it something that every child can have access to? Or is it something that will begin to bring inequality amongst children? Well, you don't have, I have. My mommy got me an iPad, so you're not in my class, you're not in my league. So will it bring something like this in the future? Straight to you.
Oh, okay. The ladies first. I think in terms of social impact, with the advent of so many social enterprises getting to sponsor projects like this, most tech companies are fully backed by a lot of social enterprises. I think they're really bridging the gap. We must agree. I mean, there was a competition in the school. I'm on the board of Belano International Community School, and they went for a competition, a national robotics competition, where they were building the robots. And at the end of the competition, they gave every child, over 1,000 children, free iPads. So that kind of reduces the digital divide. So a lot of organizations, we have so many all over the internet, they go to government schools now. Most of them, they have fully built ICT labs, provided. Even some organizations even have customized tabs and labs, and they give. So it's not, I feel eventually they will catch up. And there's this research, forgotten his name, this researcher that put a computer in the middle of a desert and said the children should just be roaming around it. And they found out that after almost 1 month, all the children knew how to use a computer. Self-help. Nobody helped them. So I think eventually, when you give kids a tablet, they will figure out how to use it. They need minimal help in using it. Yes, of course, anything that is the tech. The only worry I have now is children are no longer asking for HP. They are even asking for Mac. They are even giving you specs now. So now we can see it's no longer about the use of the device, but something that is, is deeper than that. Peer pressure, all those things that the ones coming in, not just about, I know the function of a device and I want to use it as a device. It's now just a social thing for some of them based on their age too.
All right.
I think to add to that, what we earlier talked about, we cannot overemphasize the place of parents. I mean, the presence of adults or parents in parenting, the human factor.
Yeah.
Because some of the concerns you raise are not necessarily, they are human, like they're not technology or device related. These are morals. And this is not necessarily what technology we just pass on. These are the duties of the parent. As much as I advocate for the pros of this, and of course, I'm not saying parents should outsource parenting to that. You must still be involved in your child's life. So
But what happens in a situation where we know that, let's be very real, we know that many parents right now are busy. Some parents are too busy for their children, and then we have this tool available. Why won't I just let my child learn and build her stuff or his stuff with these tools? So somehow I just feel like it's still going to boil down to the fact that, should I go ahead?
She knows what she's about to say.
Should I go ahead?
We had this conversation the last time we were here. And before you go ahead, right, it's important that we know that you will always make time for what you value.
Yes.
true.
Do you understand? This is my own perspective. Don't tell me you are too busy. I understand that you need to put food on the table, but you will always make time for what you value. You value your job, so you are there.
Yeah.
You value you value the board meeting, and you are there. You value the patients that you have to perform surgery on, and you are there. Do you value your child? If you value, when we talk about deep value, I understand that there are deep concerns. I really do. But when parents begin to prioritize certain things, you see that they will make time for what is important. Our children are important. We should make time for them.
Yes.
We should make time for them, no matter how small. And then if you cannot be there, right, get good people to be around you.
Very,
You
very
must not.
important.
I will not be so adamant to say that parents will have all the time to be available. Come on, the money has to be made, right? But if you are not there, get good people to be there. You understand? Get good. Gone are the days where we have family cultures, family traditions.
Yeah, to stay around you.
We learned when we were growing up that the community raises a child. When you do something wrong, before your parents return,
They've
you know,
helped you.
your community has already punished you.
They will rearrange the child. And you can't even do anything. But these days, I don't
It's
know
not
what's
even possible.
happening.
If you even correct someone's child
Like,
in public now, you become the enemy of the parent immediately.
exactly.
Like it's
But
like,
it
why
shouldn't
are
be.
you can even go to social media for that, for just telling a child, no, do not sit in this manner, and the parent is like, hey,
Who are
this is
you? Like,
where
who-
did you
what-
drop?
yeah.
And it's the reality. But I would like to agree with your point, really. If we need to get good people around the children. That's why
people,
even
yeah,
the
no,
choice of school, you know, there are some schools that are very good academically, but morally it's horrible. So you really have to check, okay, I don't have so much time, but I need to check the community that is around them.
Very
Who are with the school, the mosque, the church, where are they going to? Who are they interacting with?
Who are your
Who-
you are your children's friends.
You need to know
Yes.
their houses. You need to know the kind of family.
Yeah.
What do they speak about? And so if you can do that, it will also help you. I know parents who are top executives, and they had to even keep their kids in boarding schools out of Nigeria. And guess what? They really researched on most of those boarding schools. And those boarding schools are actually, they have very high standards for raising children. So whenever these children come to Nigeria, you will see that these children have been well taken care of. They have good values. They have good culture. They even maintain their culture. Alexa cannot teach us culture. It cannot teach a Yoruba girl that she should genuflect when she sees an adult. It cannot teach an Igbo lady how to speak her language. No. But you as a parent, you have to be intentional, because that is your number one asset. That's actually why you are working most of the time as a parent. Even if you're a single parent, you have to find that person, that beautiful aunt, that nice person who can really, really be there for your child.
So just to further what she said, I think that's the place of cultural relevance to the tools or technologies we also provide for our children. Yeah. You said Alexa, of course, may not have the cultural relevance of us as a Nigerian, right? So, and I mean, thankfully we have builders, we have people who are building solutions from a global perspective, of course. From starting local, building with the context we are in. So I feel in terms of our solution as well, and this is both in terms of the parents, what solutions are you also making available for your child? Good people, yes. But beyond the people as well, the tools you made available, this also relevant in some cases, right? So I feel there's just that it's important to emphasize that the place, when they say it takes a village to raise a child, we are in that age where people are more.
We don't need a village anymore.
But the place of, if you don't have the time, genuinely, like they said, I mean,
get someone, the right person,
the right person to do that. Even if you have the time, I still feel that you should build a community around your parenting journey. You should have people around you. The friends you're making. I have some of the families I work with, I see the children go to do sleepover, somewhere. And if the family they are going to do sleepover at, the values are not well vetted, and all that, the children can come back with another kind of value, So the community, the friends of the parents are very important. Parents should make good friends. Parents should associate themselves with good people. And then so that in that way, we can now have the children of your good friends can be good people and they share the same moral values as you do. So when you're exposing your children to tools now, you don't have any concern because you know that everyone around you are having the same value as you do.
Amazing. We can go on and on and on. Just have a lot of questions, but time right now is not really our friend. So we'll go into the last segment for this show. I really like the segment. I know he has an idea. It's called the Rapid Fire Game.
Oh, okay.
So my rapid fire game is Alexa or Mom. Okay, we've heard serious stuff, so we're just losing up right now. So it's time for the quick fire round I call voice assistants versus mom. Who is really raising our kids? And we'll start with you. It's a yes or no answer. You just hit it. Yes, no, yes, no. Mrs. Buki, are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready? We're starting with number one. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are voice assistants secretly becoming digital babysitters?
Yes.
Should parents who rely heavily on voice assistants be called lazy?
No.
Is giving a child a voice assistant as bad as giving them unsupervised internet?
Take that again.
Is giving a child a voice assistant as bad as giving them unsupervised internet?
No.
Can voice assistants actually replace bedtime stories told by mom or dad?
No.
Are voice assistants stealing emotional bonding moments from parents?
Yes.
The parents underestimate how much VA, that's voice assistant, spy on kids.
Yes.
Should kids be taught to say no to VA like they are taught about strangers?
Yes.
Would you agree that some parents trust machines more than their instincts?
Yes.
Are parents in denial about the harm VA might cause?
No.
Okay, if kids obey voice assistants more than parents, is that a red flag?
Yes.
Amazing. All right, so we'll move over to you, Mr. Patrick.
Yes,
are you ready?
I am.
You sure? Scott's learning fast but shallow.
Yes.
Should African governments invest in local child-friendly voice assistants instead of the foreign ones?
Yes.
The voice assistant threaten the future relevance of teachers.
Yes.
Would you call a voice assistant the new nannies of Gen Alpha?
Yes.
If a child says, I love you to a voice assistant, is that dangerous or harmless?
No.
Let me repeat that. If a child says, I love you to a voice assistant, is that dangerous or harmless?
Yes or no, or if you answer. I
Dangerous
said
or
no.
harmless?
It's a yes or no.
Is it dangerous or harmless?
I mean, it's harmless.
Harmless.
in my opinion.
Amazing. Thank you for that quick answer. And to Mr. Johnson,
Okay.
I mean you today. Are you ready?
I
All right. Are parents of neurodiverse kids leaning too much on voice assistants as coaches?
No.
The voice assistant actually understand children with autism or just pretend to?
I think they pretend to.
Could voice assistant worsen the communication gap between special needs kid and parents?
No.
Okay. Should school replace some teacher aid with voice assistants to cut costs?
They say yes or no. But no. No.
Can a machine ever teach empathy,
No.
or is that a human-only gift?
No.
The voice assistant risks erasing cultural and local values in Nigeria education.
Yes.
If a child with ADHD listens to a voice assistant more than their teacher, is that progress or disaster?
Disaster.
Are we training kids to respect machines more than humans?
Yes, we are.
Should parents be worried that voice assistants don't get tired unlike them?
No, they shouldn't be worried.
Is it possible that a 10 years kid will call voice assistants their best friend instead of mom, dad, or teacher?
Yes, it's possible.
So today we have seen that AI voice assistant tools are clever, but they are not mom or dad or your guardian. These tools can answer questions, tell stories, and even entertain kids for hours. But they cannot do what a parent does best. Give hugs, like Mrs. Buki said, model love, teach values, guide with wisdom, and set boundaries with care. Now, voice assistants are incredible tools, but they can and will never replace the human connection children need most. The challenge is making sure Alexa be the assistant, while mom and dad remains the parent. Technology is a tool, a powerful one, but parenting is irreplaceable. The verdict: AI voice assistant tool can assist, but mom and dad must lead. Thank you to my amazing guests. Thank you for being here. It was an amazing show with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so join us next week on Smart Family Living as we explore another hot topic shaping family life in the digital age. And we're going to be talking about budget, a little bit of budget, to our online smart family. Please do subscribe, follow our stories, and engage us on these platforms and share your own smart family tips using the hashtag Smart Family Living. I am Miracle Obi, and this is Smart Family Living, where modern families meet smart solution. Stay smart and stay connected. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Media TV. I am so excited about another exciting episode of the Smart Family Living. You know, it's your go-to show for all things technology, home, and family. I am Miracle Obi, and today we are turning up the heat to the heart of the home, and that's the kitchen. We've had amazing episodes, and if you have missed any episode, just follow us on our YouTube channel and please join the previous episode so we could carry you along and we can flow together. Now, imagine a fridge that thinks ahead. Imagine applications that plan your meal before you even get hungry, and gadgets that makes cooking faster, smarter, and a whole lot more fun. Whether you're a multitasking parent, a food-loving explorer, or just obsessed with the latest home technology, today's episode is sizzling with ideas you won't want to miss. So grab a seat, because we've got something cooking just for you. Let's kickstart. Let's kick things off with our second segment. Not just a fridge, it's your meal planner, grocery manager, and digital assistant all rolled into one. With internal cameras, you can check what's inside your fridge from your phone. Even while shopping, it suggests recipes based on your ingredients, track expiry dates, and lets you leave digital sticky notes for your that lets you control cooking from your phone. Steam, silt, that's deep frying, pressure cook, or slow cook, all in one pot. You can start dinner while you're still at work. Can you just imagine that? Just open the app, select a recipe, and this gadget does the rest. It's energy efficient and safe for young families too. And yes, it's good for working parents, quick meals, one pot healthy dishes. Yeah, for the multitasking parents. From your office, you could just, okay, what do I want for dinner? And you begin to plan your dinner right from your office. Isn't this amazing? So finally, we'll spotlight the smart nutrition skill. This is a must-have for a health-conscious family of families. Now, this isn't your typical kitchen skill. It's connected to an app and gives you a full breakdown of calories, macros, and nutritional value for over 3,000 foods. Could you imagine that? Whether you are watching your weight, you're managing diabetes, or you're trying baby food portions, this gadget makes precision main conversation coming up next. How real main conversation coming up next. How real families are using technology to enhance mealtime. You do not want to miss that. So please be with us. We'll be right back after the short break. All right, you're welcome back from that short break. Right now, I'm so excited. We're diving into today's main conversation, Kitchen 2.0, where family, food, and technology meets. This is truly transforming how we cook, how we connect. Today's topic aims to explore how smart kitchen gadgets and mealtime technologies are transforming how modern families cook, eat, and connect, enhancing health, saving time, and fostering togetherness in the digital age. But before I get carried away about today's discussion, I am not alone in the studio. I have amazing guests with me. So joining me today are two amazing guests. On my right and on my left. So on my left we have, can you introduce yourself, sir?
Thank you very much, and thank you, Michelle, for this wonderful presentation. Well, my name is Professor Uche Banaso, and I'm the MD stroke CEO of FirstMat, an indigenous company that's into everything you talk about, smart and office.
That's why we have you here.
Thank you. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure. It's nice having you on our show. Yes.
Well, when we talk about smart, anything smart is all about bringing comfort, convenience, security, safety, and cost cost savings.
Cost savings. Amazing.
Yeah, so, and technology is powering this, what we call the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is whereby devices today are enabled by IP. And so with that, you can be able to control it from anywhere, anytime. And the amazing thing about it is the ability to use sensors and scheduling to be able to manipulate whatever and whatever you want to achieve. Now, the good aspect of it is very, very dynamic, which means it's as much as your imagination can take.
My
That's how
imagination
much-
can be very wide and
Yeah,
broad.
so that's how much you can achieve.
Okay.
Yes, whatever you think is possible because it is programmable.
Whatever you think is possible,
Yeah.
it's programmable.
Yes, programmable. So it's very, very
Punchline.
dynamic. Yeah, very, very dynamic. So that is the amazing thing. So you can wake up, there's something I was just the initial takeoff. Just the initial takeoff can be a little bit expensive, but the good aspect of this technology, and especially when it is appropriately engineered, is the scalability. So you can scale up and you can scale down, and it's very, very budget friendly. So what's friendly? So the most important thing is to make sure the foundation, the what we call the layer one, is actually in place. Then you can be able to be adding and adding stuffs. Like I said, it's very dynamic. It's programmable. So once you have the basics in place, then you can be able to do whatever you want to do and scale it up to the level you want it to be.
All right, then.
Part of it is also is that the users also, because if you look at the internet, for instance, what is actually the vitality and what is driving the internet is the users, and not really technology. People think it's the technology. No, it is the users that
Technology will not thrive without users.
without the users. So most time, what is driving internet is the users. So the users actually are the motivation. They are the driving factor. That gives the engineers the motivation to invent and reinvent and make things better, smarter, and intelligent.
Whoa, better, smarter, and intelligent. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, sir. So,
you.
based on what you have said, it means that it's not a fair assessment to say that these smart tools are just for the rich and it's not a
Absolutely.
necessity.
Absolutely. Because what is important is that you can start small and you grow up.
And you scale up.
You scale up. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, so this is amazing. Now you know that you can always afford it. You start small and scale up. So, Mr. Christian, looking at, as a food nutritionist, what comes to your mind when you hear the word mealtime technology?
Mealtime technology.
What comes to your mind as a
Okay.
nutritionist?
As a nutritionist, mealtime technology here is very important because not everyone really knows when to consume and what to consume.
Amazing.
So, having this mealtime technology, we are talking about basically, like he said earlier, talking about programming something to suit your timing and to suit what the time really should be. And it also comes about to talk about meal planning and appropriate measurements. So that's a lot. That's already a lot, and it saves a lot of time as well. Doing that. As a nutritionist, I mean, if I'm to give someone a meal plan, it could take me quite a long time to come up with very specific calculations. Like, for instance, when you go for counseling and a dietitian tells you in the hospital, and a dietitian tells you take only 5 spoons of rice, trust me, it has already been pre-calculated, and you don't want to see how cumbersome that is. No, you don't want to see it. It's like being in secondary school and writing for the maths. Wow.
Man, that explanation is too far. That's too far. Doing in secondary school and writing for them, that's a nightmare.
Exactly. So now, mealtime technology really does a lot. It's going to really go a long way to cut the time out and be able to do a lot in a shorter time.
Amazing. So just as I asked Professor, some people feel Where am I reading from? All right, some people feel healthy eating is very expensive. They just feel, how do I, to eat healthy means I have to dig deep into my pocket. So what can you say about that based on your experience? Can you say eating healthy is not that expensive as people assume it is?
Now, when it comes to eating healthy,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to the general ideology that eating healthy should be expensive, I wouldn't say it's totally right and I wouldn't say it's totally wrong. Thank God for tech these days. Another thing we'd want to consider in eating healthy, what's healthy for you may not be healthy for me, because we all differ from person to person with different healths here. So that is something first that we need to consider before now talk about whether it's expensive or not. There are health implications that would require someone to eat only rice and not beans, while there are ones that will require someone to eat only beans and not rice. There are ones that will require you to drink only tea without eating any other thing. So now when we talk about being expensive, I don't think it is truly expensive if you really know what you want to achieve.
Okay, amazing. So you need to know what you want to achieve. I'm glad that Professor and Mr. Christian has been able to really help us to understand that smart living is not expensive. So are there some smart kitchen gadgets that can actually help lower food costs while improving on your nutrition, or while someone is improving on their nutrition? And if there are, can you give us an example of affordable gadgets that can help with healthy eating habits?
Good. Okay. I know we all know of smart watches.
Okay.
We know of the health watches. Those things are very, very important. As funny as it is, many will just want to walk around with it because maybe they can afford it. But let me educate us a little on that.
All right.
Most of these health watches at some point are very accurate. Not all. Because I've seen ones that are not totally accurate due to maybe lapses here and there. But for the ones that are very accurate, they would help to measure your BP, help to measure your oxygen levels, help to measure your glucose levels. And with all this, and now it helps to measure how many footsteps you've actually covered, and that's how many footsteps also is used to determine how the expense of your energy. So now it would help you measure what to eat as well.
And these things are not really expensive. So it can make you have a healthy living habits. That's really exciting to know. Now, some people, we're talking about the Kitchen 2.0. Now, how the smart kitchen, we're talking about smart kitchen and mealtime technology. Now, some people feel that some of the smart tools, like our smart fridge, our smart cookers, they just feel they are overhyped. They feel they are really, really overhyped and very unnecessary. Prof, do you think they are actually overhyped, looking at these gadgets?
Well, the assertion is not completely unfounded.
Okay.
And depending, there is always the two sides of a coin. So depending from where you are coming, just like my friend Christian just alluded to, so it depends what you are using it for, how you are using it, and especially the knowledge background. When they say that knowledge is power, so are you knowledgeable on those devices, how they can, improve or enhance the family, safety, living the healthy living. For instance, he talked about the smartwatches, which are wearing one. He also talked about that. But you also mentioned something, smart scale.
Yeah.
Smart scale can really help in both cost saving, wastage, and ensuring that people, eat healthy, because that can actually, give you the kind of foods, the content of the food, and what nutrients the foods, so the combination. With the coming of AI becomes a very vital tool when you are looking at a smart home or smart kitchen, where AI can aggregate data, because AI depends on data.
Yes,
Can
yes.
aggregate
Whatever
data
you feed
and
on
position,
it.
better position, and give you information about how to, to move to the next level. Like, for instance, if you have eaten over a week and your cholesterol is very, very high, the AI can tell you, look, you avoid this particular food, you avoid this particular food, increase this particular food. This is actually what is amazing, about smart kitchen, smart home. There is a lot of sensors out there. For instance, today, like the smart fridge or the smart fridge, it has a lot of sensors, and it can do inventory for you. It can tell you that
Exactly.
your tomato is going low. You can tell your cook is going low. You can also aggregate and know what your favorites are, what you eat most, and give you suggestions. The predictive AI will give you suggestions how to plan for the next
Meal.
month, next meal, or even aggregating everything the family eats, and they give you a suggestion where you can save cost, and also predict family spending in the next few months. So that helps you to be more prepared, in terms of your health, in terms of your safety. And so it's really amazing,
So if someone can actually afford just one of these gadgets,
Yeah.
what would you recommend and why? Just one.
Oh, it is difficult because there is really no one-stop device
Okay.
that can do everything. So, but like I said,
For a start.
yeah, for a start, you need for a start, the most important thing you need is to have a smart home. Then, when you have a smart home, you start adding smart devices. Now, you should also know there is also risk in smart home and smart office or whatever. Privacy is a very big issue.
Okay, now you are trying to take me to another dimension that we'll get to the risk factor, and we'll know what, because certainly we know that things that have its advantage, there are always disadvantages to it. So asking you the same question, Mr. Christian, what would you recommend as a food nutritionist? Someone just tells you, okay, I can afford just one gadget. What gadget would you recommend to this person and why?
Okay. Now, coming to gadget, I would recommend. There is no one tool that can solve everything.
All right. I think here and Prof, you're speaking from the same notes. Okay.
There's just no one. Now, for me to actually recommend, I'll need to know what your budget is like, why you want to get something, and what really amazes you about that thing you think or you feel you want to get, before I would say, oh, why I get this or get that. Because I mean, there's just a lot one can talk about when it comes to smart tech, and in the kitchen for a nutritionist, there's just a lot.
There is just a lot to talk about. And so I'm going to ask Prof this very important question, because our viewers out there really want to know this, and I know you really want to know that. All right. So how reliable are these tools? Just imagine if my fridge breaks down, our smart fridge. It's a gadget. There's always the tendency for it to malfunction. So imagine it breaks down, and maybe because of software glitch or something. Isn't that more frustrating than just a simple mechanical tool? So how reliable are these tools?
Well, coming to engineering, most of the technologies are matured. They are built, based on certain engineering principles, and most companies, who want to still stay in market will always provide a warranty. But what is most important is what is the engineering aspect of it. So when you come to a place like a smart fridge has been built in such a way that there's a kind of redundancy, that if anything actually happens whereby you cannot use the smart component of the fridge, you can go default to
Okay.
using it as a normal fridge.
Oh, okay.
So this is how most of these are built. They're built in such a way that it's not going to punish you if anything is any glitch. Because like you rightly said, anything that is software based, there are a lot of glitches, and hackers can have their way, but how do you be sustained to use those devices? So the engineers has already built in, what we call fail-safe. Fail-safe is one of the best engineering principles, that if something happened, it should fail graciously in such a way that it won't cause harm and your safety is guaranteed.
Okay, so in other words, you're trying to tell me that these tools are very reliable. So
Absolutely.
these tools are very reliable.
Absolutely.
I remember the guest we had on one of our episodes that had to do with smart homes. He said he kept mentioning they are very reliable, but then you need to be sure of where you are getting these tools from or where you are purchasing them from, because you don't expect to purchase something from a well-known company and you get something original, and then you get something fake, and you want both to last the same way. So we know that will not work.
Yes,
so they are reliable.
Yes, in fact,
To some extent.
Yes, and one aspect of it is that, and unfortunately, this area is not yet regulated in the country, so it's a big worry.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm not, getting anybody down, but we have a lot of artisans who are trooping into a smart home without knowing the risk factors. And sometimes they will provide cheaper solutions, but those cheaper solutions are not going to last because they are not engineered. So that they provide products, they're not providing solutions. So this is what makes a great difference. And in fact, this was what motivated me 2 years ago to actually start up this campaign, to make sure that we have professionals who understand the engineering aspect of it. Because leaving all these gaps makes most of the artisans to fill the gap. This is a very huge problem. So in fact, we come for a rescue to be able to ensure that going forward, we have engineering principles that guide our smart home and our smart office.
Amazing. Yeah. So there are people that just produce, they just fix products, but not solutions. So now that we have dived into this, so now can you tell us some of the disadvantages of some of these gadgets?
One of the big disadvantages of smart home or smart office, found out that there's really a very big issue if professionals cannot delve into this area. So what we are doing in our own First Smart Solutions is that we try to make the smart solution to be local, as opposed to the ones that, for instance, if you are using some, I don't want to mention names, but if you're using some smart solutions, when you press a button, the data goes to a place like China or any other countries before coming back to Nigeria to actually operate, because they are cloud-based. They are cloud-based. So we are changing the trajectory. What we're trying to do is locally engineer this so that you can operate your smart home or your smart office without actually needing the internet.
Okay, that's quite that's quite deep. Yes, it does make sense. Let me ask Mr. Christian the same question. So what do you think about that? What would you say are some of the disadvantages of some of these tools or gadgets?
Okay, let me pick a line from what he said earlier.
Okay.
He said it's data-centric. And being data-centric here is this. In terms of nutrition, everything about nutrition is also data-centric. And these smart devices rely on this data. So whenever a wrong data is being fed, a lot of mishap will happen. And that is very, very bad. That is something that, okay, let me give an example. There was a time some years back when they said someone who is diabetic should not eat gari. The person should not eat. The person should eat only wheat. That is amala.
Yes. Just wheat flour
only. But that data is actually very outdated.
Oh.
Very, very outdated. Now gari is even better.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So I'm learning new thing today.
Gari is even better.
Okay.
At the point.
Really?
Yes, you would even want to take something like let's say tamba, that's a millet.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because I mean,
I can see Professor scribbling down something. Okay, so after that, you're going to pay for consultation.
We need to consider, because I mean, in the past, who knew?
Yeah.
And that's data that was fed
Yeah.
into the system.
But don't you think these data are being updated?
Okay, just fairly
I want to
recently-
believe that
Just
they
fairly
should.
recently, Google released something and said that they wiped a lot of data on their servers.
Okay.
And I want to believe that one of the data that they wiped on their server are those archaic data, like amala being the only solution for people who are diabetic. Exactly. Things like that, they are now obsolete. So, I mean, coming from a nutritional angle, that is something that even, let's say you are using some LLMs, that is language.
Language.
Yeah.
model.
Yes. Now, and you fed those data inside. Do you know the catastrophe that you'll be causing in the medical world?
And this brings to the issue, it's good you raised it, data weaponization.
Yes.
And there is also the elements of data bias. And so what he said is very, very important. This is why we say there is a lot of risk factors. So if you are talking of AI, where are we getting data from? So you either get a data that is like the sample of what he mentioned about Gary and wheat. So those gives you false narratives, okay? But because the data is not actually local. The data is not actually local. The data is running somewhere, either in the US or whatever, running somewhere. And this is where they feed in this data. And this is why it is important, that local solutions, local engineered solutions will actually safeguard the country. Because weaponization of data can actually cause fatality, can cause death. The nutrition information is weaponized, then it can actually give wrong nutrition suggestions and predictions, and that can actually cause death. But bear in mind that there are two types of data in this case. There is a data that's generated in the course of using the appliances.
Okay.
And there is data that is fed into the system, like what AI uses, in trying to, give you predictions and that. And these two data are very, very important. So where they are stored is very, very important. In fact, we started building local large language models. Like I said, that most of our solutions is local.
Okay.
So our next thing we're doing now is how to build systems that use local large language models to be able to operate. So in this sense, you feed the data what is actually the data and update it regularly.
Okay, but we still know that data are still going out somehow, somewhere.
Well, somehow
Right.
that you are minimizing the
Minimizing,
data. Like
yes, the risks of
local
it.
server, for instance, when you are operating a local server, you remember when they talk about the cloud computing.
Yes, cloud computing.
Cloud computing is just a business model. And this is what I keep on telling people. It's just a business model. It's not technology. So you can actually localize the same technology within your house in such a way that data leakage is very minimized. So when you are actually, the data is going out, it is only data that is required maybe to upgrade the software. But your data privacy data is not leaked to the outside world. So that is very key.
Okay, so amazing. We've dwelled so much about data. So I'm going to ask Mr. Christian, do you think families are confusing convenience with health when it comes to using some smart cooking gadgets?
Okay.
Confusing convenience with health. Yeah.
Confusing.
Yes.
Convenience.
Yes,
With health.
with health.
Now that gets more interesting.
Okay, we're here. Let's ride.
You know, we say health.
Yes,
Everybody looks at health only when you're sick.
Of course.
exactly.
Exactly.
I think that's the way I look at health. Only when I'm sick.
Most people.
Yes.
But now, let's get entertained a little.
All right.
Do you know that when you are healthy, did I just mention healthy?
Yes,
when you
you
remove
did.
the Y is what?
Health.
Exactly. So when you are healthy, when you are fit, you also consider your health. Not everybody looking healthy is actually healthy. And not everybody looking unhealthy is actually unhealthy. Now, when you now talk about using AIs, using tech, using this, using that, and then the confusion part comes in, what do you think would happen if no one knew how their body was doing them at every given point in time? How do you think people would cope if they were going to just go out and say, oh, I'm okay, I'm good, oh, I'm fat, I need to get to the gym. And they are just looking at it and, oh, okay, because I'm fat, without knowing that fatness is as a result of something called hormonal imbalance.
Amazing.
Now, without knowing that maybe, oh, this fatness is as a result of genetics. Now, how do we know all this if not for tech? Now, being confused about being healthy and family living, we all just need to get enlightened. Basically, we all need to get enlightened, because in certain families, this could cause a huge challenge. Like real challenges, like you can see the husband saying, no, I read this here, it's supposed to be like this, and the wife be like, no, I've been doing this like this for
a very long time,
and it's been working.
And it's been
what
working,
are you not
exactly.
So,
I think I've been in that shoe. I've been there.
So now, when you really look at it, when you really look at the whole thing, it's really something you want to consider, and there needs to be that balance between human ingenuity and the AIs, the smart techs, and all of that. There needs to be that balance, because the old tradition is not totally wrong.
I was just going to get to tradition.
The old traditions
I was going to get to
totally
culture.
wrong.
Yes.
The thing here is this: these people know that if I add hot water to cold water, the water will become warm. But the mechanism through which that water will become warm is what they don't really know.
Exactly.
It does not make them wrong.
Yes.
It's just that you that know, you understand better. So now there needs to be a compromise at the middle.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Mr. Christian. Like did you peep into my notes? Because I was going to talk about the cultural resistance. Because African homes, we just have this mentality of some, by the way, have this mentality of, okay, we've been doing this for a very long time. I love the way my family would get together, we get to the kitchen, you pound the pepper, pound it in the mortar. The way they were using stone back in the days. So they want, when you pound, okay, the last one is pounding the pepper, and then the other child is maybe parboiling the rice and something. They just feel this has a way of bringing the family together. This is culture. But do you think that smart home or technology has a way of taking away this culture, thereby taking away this fun, this bonding, this togetherness from family, especially with the smart kitchen? We don't need to pound pepper again. We don't need to, what else? We don't need to parboil the rice. We don't need to do all of those things. So do you think it's taking away the togetherness of every family, of the family?
Well, it depends on where you are coming from. Tradition and culture is not supposed to be static. It's supposed to be dynamic.
But that's why it's tradition, and that's why it's culture.
Yeah, but some people look at it static, but it's not static. There are ways the smart and intelligent homes can transform the family and make them to be more binding. Let me just give you an example.
Okay.
From the nutritional planning, automated nutrition planning can make the family to eat very healthy. Okay, scheduling of eating or dinner time, lunch time, breakfast time, whereby unified way of sending notifications. So everybody's phone is banging. Okay, breakfast is 5 minutes to go. Breakfast is 5 minutes to go, and you can use that with some good music.
But don't you think some families will still miss the old school method of,
I'm coming.
Hey, it's time to eat. Everybody to the dining. You start knocking on every door. It's time to eat.
You need to mix all this. Like I said, absolutely. Being smart does not mean you remove everything, tradition and culture. It's a way. And remember, I started by saying most of these things are programmable. So it's how you program this. to still make the family, have those beliefs. For instance, I tell my family, my children, you must always eat our Igbo food.
Mm.
Yeah, we must always eat our Igbo food because that's what God gave us. And it has a way of shaping the way we think, the way we reason, the way we do everything. And so I'm just giving you an example. And all my children, they eat, Igbo foods more than any other food. So that essentially is, even the smart can also enhances that by making sure, planning the nutrition in such a way that those foods are actually taken in such a way that enhances their health than reducing the health. That's one thing. And also, with the notifications and all that, it will actually give the family a way of coming together, even wherever, even if they're living apart, you can make it in such a way that, oh, we're going to eat gari, and they send everybody notifications. So wherever we are, we're eating gari. So there is several ways you can do it.
In conclusion, you're just trying to say that the AI tool is still on the advantage compared to the cultural way.
And make sure we manage the risk factors.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to have a final question for you on our discussion, and it has to be with the role of technology in meal planning. So how can family plan nutritious meals smarter?
Okay.
I know we're not paying for this, but just help. We want to know how we can plan nutritious meals smarter.
I was going to bid you for it.
We'll discuss behind cameras. All right.
So now, planning nutritious meals smarter is not just about planning nutritious meals smarter. First thing we need to consider is the different healths in each individual, or of each individual rather, because I mean every individual has a different health pattern. And let's say in a family where let's say the mom is diabetic and the dad is hypertensive, and there are 4 children who are properly okay, we need to make a compromise as human beings. Now, a few nutritional tips here. Someone who is hypertensive, really very hypertensive, does not really need salt. And someone who is diabetic, let's say diabetes type 2.
Okay.
That is a diabetes mellitus.
All right.
That person needs a lot of fiber. And imagine eating vegetable that really does not have salt per se.
That wouldn't taste nice.
That wouldn't taste nice, right? Exactly. Now there needs to be a compromise even while planning smartly.
Okay.
Now you can, with your LLM, which is a large language learning model, yes. So now with an LLM, you can actually think of, you can ask questions like, how would I do this and combine this for them, someone who has so thing and that one who has so thing, so that it would actually balance. These are my ingredients. Or look at what I want to take. Now it begins to go back and forth, Now you also go back and forth with it till you actually find something suitable,
very stable
for both the mother and the father
and the children.
Also like.
Amazing. Thank you very much. So this is going to be the wrap for this segment. We know that everyone wants to go smart, and we are promoting that it's to our advantage because technology keeps revolving. And now finally, just a very short answer. Would you say that these smart tools are actually making the users lazy, or they are actually helping or making life easier? Just a very brief answer to that.
Well, just brief as I can. The issue is that we don't have options.
Oh, amazing.
The AI has come to stay. So it's not going to make you lazy. It can even enhance your well-being and your knowledge. So things are shifting, and you must shift, with it. AI has come to stay. Smart home has come to stay. In the next few years, you will see that every house or every home is talking about smart. So it's not going to make you lazy. Like the people are saying, AI is going to take many jobs.
Yes.
And people are fearing. So change is inevitable and change is dynamic. So you need to be able to change. You know, people are fearing, lawyers are fearing, medical people are fearing. So tech people are also fearing because AI can do programming today.
Okay, so
Of course.
that's amazing.
But there is still something AI cannot do.
Okay.
So you find that niche, and that makes you
Unique
top,
or stand out.
Or stand out wherever you are.
Amazing.
So there must be something.
Yes.
I always say that where there is no path, we create
A part. Amazing. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Mr. Christian, for dishing out this wealth of knowledge to us. We're going to do a very rapid or a very quick section. I like the section. It's called the rapid fire. Now, the rapid fire, you're just going to give me a yes or no answer. It's a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You understand? All right, so I'm going to start with Professor. A rapid fire round. Yes or no? Smart kitchens are better than traditional kitchens.
Yes.
Technology is making families lazy.
No.
Every Nigerian home can afford at least one smart gadget.
Yes.
Technology in kitchen saves money long time.
Yes.
Do you trust AI to cook your meals?
Not really.
Do smart gadgets make kids more interested in cooking?
Yes.
Can smart mealtime technology actually make meal more healthy?
Yes.
Traditional recipes taste better than smart cooked meals?
Not really.
Smart kitchens reduce food waste.
Yes.
Would you recommend a smart kitchen to a friend?
Of course.
Great energy. I love the mix of answer. This one is for you, our nutrition experts. Nutritionist. Thank you. All right. So you ready? Yes. You're ready. Yes or no? Is skipping breakfast worse than eating junk food?
No, really.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Can air fryers really replace healthy cooking meals?
Yes.
Is calorie counting outdated?
No.
Do Nigerian homes consume too much salt without knowing it?
Yes.
Is fruit juice almost as bad as soda when processed?
Yes.
Is vegetarianism healthier than balanced meat diets?
Not really.
No.
Is technology making families more nutritious conscious?
Yes.
Is fit farm culture sometimes misleading or dangerous?
Sometimes misleading.
Do most smart food skills provide accurate nutritional data?
It depends.
Would you ban seasoning cubes if you could?
If I could,
Yes.
it depends.
Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, that was spicy. Thank you very much, Mr. Christian. Thank you very much, Professor. This has been an amazing time. As always, technology should be our tools, not our boss.
Absolutely.
Yes, so thank you for this amazing time. Would learn to eat smart, we'll learn to live smart, and we'll learn to grow together. And this is where we draw the curtain for this show. What an interesting and refreshing episodes. And now here are three. Sorry about that. So here are three quick takeaways before we go. Now, smart kitchen can save time. It can cut stress and help you with healthy living. You don't need a mansion or millions. Start small, like a smart cooker or something, or a planner for meal. Now, family connection is the real goal. So let technology help you, not replace your together time. Next week, we're exploring a very interesting topic. You do not want to miss that. Voice assistants and kids. Alexa, are we raising robots? I'm sure you really do not want to miss what we have for next week. So please follow us on all our social media handles at Idea TV and share your own smart kitchen stories using the hashtag SmartFamilyLivingKitchen. I remain Miracle Obi, and this is Smart Family Living, where modern families meet smart solutions. So our online smart family, please do subscribe, follow our stories, and engage us on these platforms. Share your own smart family tips using the hashtag. Thank you very much. Stay smart and stay connected. Until next time.
Families are changing, and so is our everyday life. Technology is in everything we do today, from how we cook, we communicate, to how we raise our kids. You're welcome to Smart Family Living, where modern families meet with smart solutions. From AI-powered parenting to screen time, Smart Family Living connects the families across social classes, educating, entertaining, and empowering them to navigate the digital age with confidence, balance, and purpose. But then the big question is, are we using tech to enhance or complicate our family lives? It's not just a show, it's a movement that transforms screen time into quality time, tech confusion into empowered living, and device usage into digital literacy. With smart solutions, these are Smart Family Living. Join us for expert tips, family hacks, and real-life solutions that you can use right. See you on Idea TV.
Running into debt. People that have savings do not easily run into debt because they have something to cushion their risk. You understand?
Yeah.
The second reason why you need savings is because you can easily take advantage of opportunities. Let's say I come into your office today and I tell you people, oh, I want to jackpot. And I have this property in Lagos, in Abuja, here, right? The property ordinarily is 60 million, but because I really need the money, I want to put it up for a distress sale. I'm selling it 35 million. Anybody that can afford it. It's only someone that has savings
That would jump into
that would jump into it.
Big
Okay, maybe
fish.
35 million is too much. Just imagine a case where it's probably your iPad or your phone or anything that ordinarily maybe you should buy for maybe like
Let's talk about a car.
You understand?
I know
car,
people
exactly.
do car a lot.
Distress sale.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so this car I just need to actually just get it out. So instead of selling it for 5 million, okay, anybody that has 3.5 million can take advantage. It's only someone that has savings that can take advantage. So can you see why you need savings? Let me stop there.
I'm smiling because I'm about to hit someone's bubbles right now, and I know he's watching. Now, we had this discussion with a colleague of mine, 2 colleagues, yesterday, and their guys. And the first guy was like, see, men don't need to save. Men cannot save. Like, why do we need to save? In fact, women are our budget. So we are their projects. So women are projects, so we don't need to save. We don't need to do anything. As the money is coming in, we're spending. The money is coming in, we're spending. Please, can you tell this person, this colleague of mine, and our viewers out there, the advantage for men to save? Because they have this notion of, most men, not all, have this notion of women can save more than men.
Of course, yeah.
So can you lay out advantages specifically to men, why they need to learn to save and not necessarily spending everything that comes into their pockets?
Okay, so before I answer that question, let me say, I think personally in my own interaction with people, I think why women save more than men is because security is a core value of every other woman.
oftentimes women are looking for security.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and money gives you a sense of security. In case anything happens, I have something I can fall back to. Women. I know that's why our finances is so hinged on financial freedom for women. How many men do you hear them talking about financial freedom? Because security is a thing for women. While men are great risk takers. Like, a man can spend his last 1 million naira today and believe I'll go out tomorrow, I'll make money, something will happen.
I'm sure he's
But a
smiling when
woman
he's...
will not want to do that. You do not want to. You want to okay, I'll spend like 450, I'll keep 550.
In case.
Like, I just want to keep safe. I can balance. You understand that kind of a thing?
Yeah.
So for men now, why you need to save is because, see, life is not straightforward. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And that is why you need, just like I said, life happens. Life is bound to happen. So in case something happens, it's not ideal, it's not healthy for you to not have a good financial standing. That is why I think that is the main reason why I can tell men to save. I understand you have a great appetite for risk. You believe you can go. Then another time, you see, there will come a time where, sorry, you won't have the energy to really work. You feel, even if I exhaust my savings today, I can always go out tomorrow. I walk out, do something.
Yeah.
See, things happen. In case tomorrow you don't have the energy to work again, do you always have to work for money? You need to get to a point where your money is even working for you. So that is why you need to save. I hope with these few points of mine, I'm able to convince you. Start saving.
All right, try not to laugh hard. I'm sure they are convinced that they should start saving.
Please,
because they feel like, well, if anything happens, I can fall back. Especially when you have a wife who really saves and very
that one day
disciplined.
That one day
you can always fall back to say, hey there, what's up?
Actually, my husband calls me microfinance bank because he knows I always have money.
But then the flip is that we call men
I have money, I don't have money. So you just now.
So how
because they easily dispense.
Okay, so
that
yeah, our ATM and
they easily dispense. That's why they are ATM.
All right.
But we are their microfinance bank because they can always fall back to us to take loans.
Exactly, and they will pay with interest.
That's my darling.
I like that part. All right, so moving back to our topic. Now, we're still talking about AGOA and traditional method of saving for family and the digital. Now, AGOA has the shame factor. If you don't contribute, everybody would know. Does that remove discipline? Does that teach discipline? Should fintech app find a way to embarrass us like AGOA? Let me read this and let me say it, let me rephrase it. Now, many people just feel like if I am part of the AGOA group, by force, by fire, I will be disciplined because I would face a level of embarrassment. Maybe on the group chat, they're like, hey, Miracle, you have not sent for this month, and you say another message again. Everybody's like, you have not sent, we need to pack, we need to clear. On your own time, this is what we would do. Now, do we expect same from all this fintech app? Or is there a way fintech app can actually teach discipline like the AGOA?
Okay, so I think, well, it cannot always be the same. Traditional way and then the digital way cannot always be the same. That's why there are some benefits to this side and there are some benefits to the other side. But I think, to the best of my knowledge, let me think. I think there's a way they try to actually instill discipline. For example, there's a fintech app. I don't want to mention any. Yeah. There's a fintech app that when you break your savings before time, they deduct a certain percentage.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There's a fintech app that they give you access to withdrawal just 4 times in a month. If you exceed that, you forfeit your interest. There's a fintech app that if you decide to automate your savings and you default, you pay days later. There's an extra charge you're paying for it. So it might not be the traditional way, but for us, they are trying to instill discipline at all too. Then they try.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. We're thinking maybe they would have to do it like the AGOA.
No, it's not dramatic like the AGOA.
All right, there's something else I want us to clarify. Now, people feel that when you talk about the traditional way of saving and the digital, that's the technological part of saving, now they just feel once they hear traditional, AGOA comes to their mind. envelope comes to their mind, then this local looking saving box would just display. That's what comes to their mind. That's very local, safe, amazing. That box is what comes to their mind, both the wooden or the aluminium, it comes to their mind. But then online and even in certain supermarkets, we've seen this very beautifully crafted piggy vest, and you know, there are saving boxes that are just very eye-catchy. They just look so nice and all. Would you mistake that for fintech? Would you mistake this kind of beautifully well-crafted? There are some that even look like this fireproof. You know, this fireproof cabinets, the saver. There are some saving box. It just comes very small and cute. It looks like that. Now, this is breaking the ideology of that old wooden box from people's mentality, and they are refurbishing it to something very beautiful. Can people easily mistake that? There's one on the screen. Can people easily mistake something like this for fintech?
Fintech. So let's first understand what exactly is fintech. Fintech simply means financial technology.
Exactly.
So fintech, financial technology. So refurbishing the old piggy bank for those. Is it fintech, financial technology? It's still technology. No, yeah, it's got smarter. I never thought of it, so that's why. Well, yeah, I'll still say it's financial technology. They're trying to make it better.
Yes.
Technology is coming in, yeah. So instead of the normal raw material, wood, aluminium, now they are probably using more advanced material
to make
it's still
this.
fintech to me, yeah.
All right,
so
this would now lead to my question.
Okay.
Now, our parents still believe in envelope. You know, back then when I was in school, I am still a very great saver. I think in primary school, I'll have this 2A book. I had this 2A book where every day I'll write 15 naira, then arrange it inside. You know, just keep writing like that. That's because, for me personally, my mom passed that to me. Now, parents are still into this, and the world is evolving. Do you think that is really going to affect this Gen Z? How can parents of my parents' generation, not me, I think I'm still part of, how can my parents' generation cope or blend with the Gen Z, looking at savings, looking at money?
Okay, so how can we blend the previous generation and then we right here now? I think how we can blend is we have to be open-minded.
Yeah.
Like we have to know that the traditional ways, the envelopes, the everything has served you. Like understandably, so like we agree, we acknowledge the fact that it has served you. But this is what is serving us now. So you have to have an open mind. And we, the Gen Zs, we have to have an open mind to their own. Like we acknowledge that it has served you. But see, these are better ways to do it. You understand? For example, now, it took my mom a long time before she could agree to open a banking app on her phone. She just felt, so on phone. And what if they now hack it? Somebody will now pack all my money, all of those things. But I just had to tell her that, see, you just have to. It makes it easier for. In fact, I remember one incident exactly. Yeah, good. She needed money. I think she needed to send money to somebody. So she had the cash. She had to walk into the bank, stay on a long queue, and I was telling her, Mommy, see, you could have saved yourself all of this stress. If only you had the banking app, you would just easily make a transfer, and that person will get it. I think it was even at that point that she decided, okay, I think this is a necessity. So we have to be open. And there are times that I am also open to her idea of, okay, these are the ways we have to do this. Okay, now, I have a younger sibling who is getting married next month, and my mom insisted on us writing everything out in pen and paper, the budget, everything. I had to be patient and sit down, okay, let's do this. What left to me, I probably want to open an Excel sheet and say, yeah, type, but I have to be open to her and say, okay, this is what has worked over time. It's not wrong. Okay, now let's do it. So we just have to go through the struggle of writing each and every item, the amount, everything. So both parties just have to be very open to each other. That's how I think we can blend in.
All right, amazing. So we just hope that families are able to blend in because, as you said from the beginning, Technology is here to stay.
It's here to stay.
It's not going anywhere again. So our parents need to adjust to this so that we can, transit properly, smoothly, to be a smooth ride. All right. So from your work, what do you think is the biggest mistake family make with either Agile or fintech? From your experience, I know you're a money woman. So what do you think is the biggest mistake family make?
The biggest mistake family make.
Yeah.
When it comes to
finance, money.
Okay. The biggest mistake I think family make is not talking about money. You'll be surprised a lot of couples, families who cannot openly talk about money. Me, I'm always surprised because to me it's not just money. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how much is coming in, how much is going on, how much is left. That's the way forward. Personally, I think so. And I think for a lot of families, parents don't talk to children about money. Children don't talk to parents about money. Husbands and wives don't even talk about money. I think that's a real problem. See, all of these other things of budgeting, saving, how to spend money, how to invest money is actually secondary. I think being families actually cultivated a healthy habit of talking about money, all of these things will not be a problem.
Yeah.
So how we budget will not be a problem. How much is coming in will not be a problem. And I think this is fundamental to the fact that people do not see that money is just a tool. People allow money to control them. That is why when I hear questions like, when a wife is earning more, it should not cause a problem in a home. Money is just a tool. It is here to serve us.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Just like we're going to talk about the knife in the kitchen. This is what we do with the knife. That's the same way. Put money on the table. Let's talk about. I'm not saying yes, you have to bring all your money and give it to your husband. No. But the thing is, talk, have conversations about money. I think that's the issue. When we are able to have conversations about money, talk about it, we'll be in a better place on money, I believe.
Do you have like a real life example, something, because you deal with this all the time. Do you have like a real example of the disadvantage this has led to, or what this has led to?
Of course I do. So there's this couple I had to work with.
Amazing.
And guess what? To my own surprise, the husband was building house. The wife was also building house. And both of them didn't know.
What?
And as their coach, as their finance coach, they both told me, independently, I spoke with the husband, I spoke with the wife. Do you understand? But even before they got there now, just like I was